It's been a decent start to pre-season so far, unbeaten still. So how have you found the first 3 games pre-season?
Well, the first game a couple of weeks back was Gornal, obviously at South Bromsgrove College. That was the day that was 32 degrees. I mean, it was absolutely blistering on there. So, I mean, listen, we won 2-0. It was a really, really scrappy game. The only thing we got out of it really was fitness, if I'm honest. It was just, I mean, there was water breaks left, right and centre. So that was a really broken type game. Then obviously Hensford on Tuesday night, where clearly they've got an incredible squad of players. A high budget, high money sort of setup now, and a lot of eyes on them clearly, and so a really stiff test for us. And I thought we did well on the night. We did well. Listen, they got 1 or 2 missing. We had Bavenganga and Willis and obviously 1 or 2 others missing. But we acquitted ourselves really well, created some chances, and then but for the silliness at the end, which was just farcical. And 3 red cards in a pre-season friendly is garbage, So that last 10 minutes apart, it was a good game, and I was pleased with what I saw from our perspective. Today, Rugby Town away, I thought they were good. They played a diamond. For staff, we were nowhere near it. I wanted to have a look at 2 up top with Shay and Elliott. I didn't think they really affected the game anywhere nearly enough. I thought we looked leggy. We've worked really hard physically pre-season, and that started back in late June when they went for the testing, etc. So there's been a lot of work going on. Obviously, so 1 or 2 new faces in the building. Is it 3 weeks today? The big stuff starts, and the big boys come out to play. So we've got a tough draw away at Stamford, who are always under Graham, always there or thereabouts at the end of the season. It'll be a really tough game, and we've got a lot to do in the 3 weeks to make sure that we're absolutely physically and technically and tactically right for the season. So plenty to do, but I've got no qualms with what I'm seeing in terms of effort level. We've got all the stats coming back, and there's some serious hard work going on. So I respect the boys for that, but we have to improve on our quality.
And just touching, you led nicely to the next question really. What do you sort of look for in pre-season? Is it just like sort of new formations, trying different players in certain positions, and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. We had 2 11s against Gornal, so that was basically the players we had lended itself to two teams of 4-3-3. Against Hensford on the Tuesday, we've tried to play with a back 3, back 5 if you want to call it that, with a box midfield and 1 up front. And that, to be fair, Johnny and Toad got on the ball in those slightly in between areas. And we had some quite good stuff developed from there. Today I wanted to have a look at, stuck with the back 3. I wanted to have a look at, as I said, 2 up front. So that was, to start with, was Shay and Elliott. And then obviously Wakey was in the 10. Wakey pushed on 1 for Elliott at half-time. And we looked at Johnny in the pocket. So, yeah, we are. And we're also trying to get minutes in so that everybody's got, miles and minutes in the bag and are available come the 9th. So there's all that. Plus looking at lads in different positions. Plus a few trialists that sort of dwindled away. Some have had offers from other places, and we've obviously brought Elliott in, so we pretty much are where we are now. We're I don't really foresee too much coming in the building now. So we've obviously got Jesse Bamanganga to come back in, and a couple of others that are just working their way back to fitness. But other than that, we're with 3 weeks to go, I want to see a lot more quality than I'm seeing, but I get it, because I think there's a few that's legs are heavy, to say the least.
I was going to touch on that one as well. You've got a few more games to go now in pre-season. Is it just about building those minutes and building that momentum, that rhythm, just go ahead of that Stamford game on the 10th of August?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it is. But obviously the nearer we get, obviously the final 2 friendlies are Hereford and Coventry's 21s. So you're starting to look then at shape and personnel a little bit, although things always change. You know, there's always something. You know, one thing I've learned at Step 3 is you think you're set on a Friday night, and there's always something that comes out of the woodwork to scupper you. So, you know, we can't write off injuries and things between now and so. You know, everybody's got to be ready and up to speed and good to go come the 9th. But you know, looking at it on paper, this division's going to be wow. There's some serious hitters in there. There's some money that you can't believe getting thrown about. You know, lads in League 2 ain't earning what some of these boys are earning for 2 nights a week in this level. It's scary. So there's some serious opponents, you know, and we got to be right on our game to compete. And we're going to have to keep what won't be a huge squad fit. You know, and get as many of our better players out on a weekly basis as we can. And it'll be thick and fast. Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, first week of the season. I think when back in the day, you used to get that first week free, but now they're throwing the Tuesday googly in, and we've got a local derby, you know, Bromsgrove at home, so, you know, and then followed by Sudbury at home. So, listen, in the end, you want to get to the real stuff, because in the end, this is, you know, is a bit of a tickling contest, and you know, as I say, the big boys come out on the 9th, but you have to see signs of the ideas that you're putting into people come into fruition. I saw some of that against Hensford. I didn't see a lot of it today. We grew into the game as it went on. We sort of matched that diamond up a little bit, and we got a bit more joy out of that. But still plenty to do.